Why, hello, everybody. How's everybody's day going today? Flat White here is running for her life, but can't seem to get away from anything. Regardless, it has been quite a while since we last had an episode of Oxygen Not Included, and quite a while since I've touched this save, and let me tell you, man, things are wonky. Why did I do all of this? What am I doing? So I've been playing just offline for just a minute or two. You might notice I've cleared out some areas to allow more oxygen flow because it's starting to get a little bit of carbon dioxide overwhelming this bottom area and not quite having enough oxygen to breathe. Ooh, pause mode. And I went ahead and started building the Great Ladder because we're going to descend into the pits of hell because we need things from the pits of hell. There's also this fun little thing over here that we do want to go check out, but it's going to be a second till we get down there. Now, as I'm looking around at all the chaos that's happening here, one thing I'm beginning to notice is we have 9.5 tons of algae, and this stuff is chewing through it. It is eating like, oh my gosh, 72 kilograms a day? Oh, it's rough, man. It's real rough. So I'm thinking it's about time that we completely overhaul our oxygen system with a fancy little device that we don't have access to yet. So let's get researching. Let's see. Where is it? I always lose it. I swear. I do this every time. Here it is. Air Systems, the electrolyzer, a fancy little thing that converts oxygen. It converts water into oxygen, which is absolutely delightful. Also, I'm not sure when I did this, but last time, apparently, I went ahead and got a new duplicate. Who the heck is Joshua? Nobody knows, but I'll tell you who he's about to be. That's right. First person in my Discord messages. That Kevin. Thanks, Kevin, for messaging me randomly. Now you're part of my bloody Oxygen Not Included run through, and you have no choice in the matter. Kevin, I apparently last time assigned to do a lot of the cooking instead of Luther, which I'm sure Luther would be upset about. Don't worry, Luther. I got you set on on life support. So now, Luther, you're where you at, you little cutie patootie? You building things again? You're over here, you're the builder, because he builds things in real life, but also he's the house husband, because he goes and he takes care of everybody else. Look at that, we're already down 5 ton, or half a ton. We already lost half a ton of algae, y'all. It is gonna get rough here if we don't push ourselves just a little bit. As a little bit of a band-aid, we're gonna come up here and start digging out a few more tons of algae. But yeah, there we go. And while he's finishing up the research, let's get a new blueprint. Ooh, do we want somebody new? Supplying nothing. What does this mean? What? Oh, just gaining more morale and learning supplying skills. I do love somebody who just runs around and supplies. And the only thing they have wrong with them is they can't do cooking errors. They also have strength and construction. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a new friend. Welcome on in. Who are you? What's your name? What's your name? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have Famous with us today. Specifically, lowercase f. Am I screwing this up? Am I crazy? Guys, I don't want to talk about that. Famous, welcome on in, Famous. Friend of mine. You are going to just wander around and move things. That's it. That's your only job. You go from A to B, picking things up and putting them down. And whenever things need to get decorated, you'll be in charge of that. Yeah, tidying, supplying, storing, all of it. And you know what? We're going to, just for the hell of it, toss you in some operating too. Because that's it's going to be good. That's going to be really good. Yeah, when things need to be supplied, that's your job, Famous. Let me tell you all, there's nothing like having somebody who's just in charge of towing things around. They get so big and strong, and then they're just like pick you up over, not like a fireman, but like close enough. But you know, I love them, and I am so excited for them to do their thing. Look at them now. I'm gonna go hang out in the polluted oxygen. Sorry about that, friend. We continue to descend. Anywho's, we have now finished up that research as that Kevin is filling up this battery once more, even though that's really unnecessary. We're gonna go ahead and disable this. The reason why is because, according to the power grid that I set up last time, we got a coal generator, ladies and gentlemen, and it is powering everything we could ever need. 2 light bulbs, 1 gas pump, a supercomputer, a micromercer, everything. And you know what? Frankly, we don't need people running around if we're already set up and ready to go. So, what were we doing? That's right. Oxygen. Oh! My dog just flipped out. That's right. She's allowed to flip out. Technically not even my dog. So, we've got some water sitting over here, and I know what you're thinking. How is water going to turn into oxygen? Well, for those of you that like chemistry, do you know what water's made out of? H2O. Everybody knows that. If you don't know that, then I don't think you're going to enjoy this game. That's all I have to say. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and just make sure she's on the right schedule. Yeah, she is. Good work, Famous. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up with our fancy new electrolyzer, which, I mean, we can read about it if you want. Where is it? You guys ready? You guys ready to do some reading? I know you guys love reading. That's why you're here. You ready? Oxygen gas, because I don't water, power, intake, industrial machinery, and boom, everything you could ever need to know about that has just been like inputted. It's in your brain now. Okay, sweet. So with that in mind, we're gonna build something which, if you've seen oxygen not included before, you've probably seen before. Essentially, what it does, the way this game works, which is fascinating, is gases take up tiles, right? And they're allowed to fluctuate between tile to tile, but if they've filled up a tile area, other gases can't really get in there. So you'll see like, and you know, they'll settle out over time. But if you've got like a really small area, like right here, trying to get that hydrogen through that gap into the rest of everything, it's going to be difficult, which is an interesting and really cool way to simulate like real life like vacuum pressure differential. Ignore the fact that there's a door here, and like being able to the second law of thermodynamics, whatever that's called. You know what it is. I know you do. You took chemistry. Oh my goodness, we have made it so far down. I've been yapping forever, haven't I? Anyways, detour time. You guys keep doing what you're doing over here. Downstairs! Alright, y'all. So we've got a lot going on down here. Most importantly, slime. I know what you're thinking. What is this? Kids something event? Oh my gosh, why did I lose that? Why isn't it in my brain anymore? Was it the Disney Channel who had the slime event where you just got slime thrown on you?
It's Kids' Choice Awards on Nickelodeon. I found it. Look, and Sean's gonna get slime. Look.
Yeah, pretty much. Except this time, well, maybe last time as well, the slime is full of germs and they're gross and we hate germs, right? Who hates germs? Look at me. Tell me you hate germs. Poor child. We're getting close, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good sign. Anyways, I don't like this stuff. You don't like this stuff. You know what? Freaking Blue over here, Blue doesn't like that stuff. So we're going to try to avoid it to the best of our ability by just popping over a little bit without opening up more lanes of stuff and continuing over here. And then we cancel this dig. Yeah. Thanks, Famous. Thanks for supplying that one object and then going back up. She's so slow. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Anyways, it's we're gonna go ahead and add a little dig section in there, trying not to get on this polluted water. Slime. You got slime. I better edit that in, otherwise I'm gonna cry. Regardless, we're gonna continue to descend right over here as we get into what's that? Fossils? Igneous rock? There's dinosaur in my oxygen space game? Weird. What is this? Space dinosaurs? Yes, that's precisely what it is. And we're gonna go check them out because you know what it means if there's dinosaurs? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There's oil. Everybody salute the there's no flag looking thing here. Everybody salute Blue. they're going to get us oil and probably die in the process. And with oil, we can get into plastic, and we need plastic so we can put microplastics into Lamb's body. He's going to eat self. Instead, he needs to eat plastic. We all know that. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and let our dupes continue to descend over here, the little cutie patooties, into what is this like boiling hot? It's 81 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean Celsius. Not Fahrenheit, I wish. It's 81 degrees Celsius, which for those of you that know their conversions really well, ouchie. Anywho's, let's go back up to some oxygen, shall we? Before we run out of algae, which is helping pretty quick. Why are we stressed? Famous, why are you stressed out, girl? Yeah, I'd be pretty stressed out. Maybe we shouldn't let her go that way. Maybe Famous gets specific permissions of not going outside. It's pretty stressful out there, and she is slow as rocks. As in physically, she'll get there. Who in the world is starving? We have so much food. Oh, you're just outside. You'll get there, I believe in you. Return. Anyways, let's get the electrolyzer rolling. So let's see if I remember how to do this off the top of my head. Essentially, you want an electrolyzer, right? Because that's your base guy. Secondarily, you want to put in an airlock, and then you want to get some mesh tiles underneath. Well, technically you just want airflow tiles. Mesh tiles can be really helpful though. I'm sorry, I'm talking like you're going to be able to understand me when I'm going. Who knows, maybe I'll actually pretend to pay attention and not do that. You're doing great, Luther. I'm really glad I was there to witness that. Anyways, so we'll set this up, and then I don't know how it was done. That's fine. We're just gonna throw something at the wall and hope it works. Essentially, the concept is we're gonna have one tile of available space for the air to be able to get to the pump, and with that, you shouldn't be able to like mix gases. That's the concept we're running with, at least. So we're going to need some ventilation. And then we're going to need to put some dials here. And then we're going to need, you ready? More ventilation. Right below it. Yeah, thanks. I know I'm known for my voice. I need to move everything over like 1 inch. Everybody gets canceled. Didn't see that. Sweet. So we're going to toss an airlock in here. We're going to toss our auction thing in here. You guys love seeing me scroll through menus, right? That's what you came here for? You're like, yeah, you know what he's going to do today? He's going to scroll through some menus and click the wrong one 4 times. And you know what? I'm here to deliver. I know what you people want. You want to see me struggle, and I'm here for it fully and completely. I am a struggle bus. I'm a full bus. Nothing but the bus. I know, it's a bit of a bust. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. This is probably like the most sloppy. If you've seen this game, this is the most sloppy thing you've ever seen. And you're like, why is he doing this? Who is he? What does he care to do with his life? And the answer is, I am just a man. I'm just a man sitting here in Capitol. No, that's a Bill. My name's not Bill. It's Bucket. Close enough, though. All right. Let's see. Okay, so these gas guys, we're going to have some oxygen coming out of here. What? No, stop. Nope. And so then we're going to take these gas guys, we're going to bring them down here, and we're going to bring them up here. And then you can bring them down here, and then you bring them up here. And then you can bring them around town. I'm going to stop right there, and we'll organize the rest of that later. Know what you're thinking? What the hell is this? And the answer is, this stuff is going to be hot. HOTT, hot. And that's rough, buddy. That's real rough. So rather than dealing with like the heat of the summer, we're going to deal with just this warming up. So like this water is about 22.4 degrees Celsius. And for those that remember their chemistry, what's the fastest way to cool something down? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, liquid bath. So here's liquid and here's a bath. And instead of bathing our duplicants, we're just gonna stick the hot water into, or the hot air into this little guy here. And then we're gonna cool it off a little bit before it runs the rest of our base. So we overheat slower. We're still gonna overheat. I just want to make sure that's exceptionally clear, which is why we are rushing for this oil down here. Sweet, sweet oil. Look at that. Look at that cactus. Forgive me, I just burped. Look at that cactus. Look at this poor jelly. You know, it's got zombie spores. We love oil. Dude, there's 3 of these things. That's horrifying. You don't see them many that close to each other. At least I don't see that many that close together. Regardless, moving right along in search of good times and good fun. Hello, friends. I'm guessing, yeah, all of this is unreachable. That's fine. That's fine. I'll say, okay, you know, we're going to solve that. We're going to make them take a bath. Last time, I was like, you better be taking showers. This time, you know who's taking showers? Flat White. I know this person in real life. And I also am reasonably certain they're taking showers. Reasonably, I don't know. It could be fake. I just live here. You know. Anyways, moving right along. Let's finish up everything we need for this electrolyzer. We're going to need some water, which luckily, I don't know who put this pump in here, but it was such a good idea. We're still going to stick that in there. Feel free to kill me at any point. Anyways, oh, sorry, unalive me. I forgot I was on YouTube. And then we're going to take this guy up here, and we're going to put him over here. Why? That's a surprise tool that's going to help us later. Not right now, right? Wait for it? No, not right now. You don't see this. You don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm not explaining myself, and you're going to be so confused, but also so impressed with me. What? Well, that's new. I've never emulsified anything before in my life. What is this? Mayonnaise? Sorry to everybody who loves mayonnaise that also hates eggs. It's just eggs. Eggs and oil. I'm sorry. I know, buddy. It's rough out here. Eggs are good, though. You'll get used to them. And if you hate mayo, because you don't know what it is, but you love eggs, just eggs and oil. And you like oil, don't you? Everybody likes oil. To all my American viewers, yeah. You're going to want some mayonnaise. It's got some oil in it. Where is this? Right, I'm going to find it, y'all. Advanced power regulation. There it is. That's what I was looking for. All right, sweet. We are going to give all of my duplicants a second to finish setting everything up. Oh, famous. Oh, you were so slow and so sad. And that's okay. You're going to do great things about it. I know you are. Anywho, we are out of power once again because we don't have enough coal. Dude, am I tracking this? Let's track coal, shall we? Running out of coal would be rough, right? Good thing we're not. Oh, we're not. We have 16.5 tons of coal. And it's only going to go up from here. We have to dug out a big coal area exclusively to do this. And now we are no longer producing oxygen. It's fine. What priority is this all? It's 6? Mongooses. It was me. It was me. I was supposed to set this for 86, and I actually set that for 86. Sweet. All right. Well, y'all, my duplicant's going to take a minute or two, especially Lamb over here. Look at him. That guy needs to be filled with microplastics. Actually, he's doing such a good job. Look at him dig away. I'm sorry. I will not flirt with the duplicants who remind me of men in real life that I've flirted with. Not at all. Love you, Lamb. Thanks for watching my videos. Rolling right along. I'll come back to y'all as soon as we finish up this little weird thing. Ladies and gentlemen, so there it was, right? Just hanging out, waiting for everybody to finish their jobs because they're all lazy, nothing else. And then I was like, hey, I guess I could click on the little blueprint machine and get a new blueprint. And ladies and gentlemen, would you look at this? We have a directlet available. Now, you guys don't know what a directlet is. But essentially, it's going to produce some pretty important stuff for us, or it could produce some pretty important stuff that we could get other ways, but tend to be a bit more difficult. So instead, we're going to jump right into ranching. That's right, it's Dryclit time. So with this Dryclit, we're going to have to set up a little pen for it. And I'd kind of rather these other projects got finished first. So I'm going to let them finish up. But we're going to take a look around and sort of get things half set up. For instance, we have farming, but do we have anybody that's good at ranching? And the answer is no. So we're going to want to keep an eye out for a duplicate who can ranch. Always a good idea to keep an eye on the amount of food we have. And we need to start setting up a ranch for this little weirdo. Now, Dryclits are wild little babies. When they grow up, you can shave them for their fur, and their fur is pretty useful. But, check this out real fast. If you go into the something we can do is we can feed them weird foods. Yeah. So if you feed a glossy Draco, I believe or if you feed a Draco mealwood, and I'll learn more. Does it say? It does not say. Yeah. So it eats the plant itself. So if you feed it mealwood, first off, it produces phosphorite, which is useful for like fertilizer or what have you. But it's likely to make an egg for a glossy Draco. And glossy Dracos eat mealwood, produce phosphorite, and when you shear them, they make plastic. That's right, these things grow plastic on them. We're not talking microplastics anymore. We're talking mega plastics. And frankly, I'm pretty excited about that. So we're going to set up a little pen for this guy right up here. The weird part about him is that he needs a certain kind of gas surrounding him in order to grow his fur. And you can see some Dracos over here. Glossy Draco egg. If you eat more mealwood, you'll make more of those. And their back fibers only grow in hydrogen environments. So we need to get some of this hydrogen gas into a glossy Draco farm. And, sorry, I had to cough my lung up. For those of you who know what we're doing over here, you know, electrolyzer, you remember I was like, guess what, y'all? You know what water's made of? Oxygen. You know what it has two of? Hydrogen? That's right. We're literally about to collect a bunch of hydrogen. So this is kind of like the perfect thing for us, and I'm really excited. And I could give this little glossy Draco a quick hug. If you guys notice they're disinfecting things, that's because I may have spread food poisoning throughout the air on accident. A little bit of an oopsie daisies. But like the great part about that is that it can't live in oxygen. So they're just gonna die. And they continue to die quite rapidly. It's rather nice, honestly. So it's not really an issue, but then duplicates are going to be cleaning a little bit more, which is fine. I respect that they do that. Technically, it's their poop. You know what I mean? Is this unreachable? This looks like an unreachable construction area. Yeah, because we haven't built this ladder yet. No, we built some of the ladder. I love duplicates. They just kind of do their own thing. Anyways, let's design a little bit of a farm. Why don't we? I'm going to put it right over here while everybody's working away. We're going to give this a little bit of space just so that I can, we're going to want to give this a little bit of space because I have plans for that area. So, oh my goodness, Flat White, you're too efficient, man. So we're going to make sure this is set to a 5. That way I don't do it immediately. And we're going to do what I just said I was going to do instead of doing something else entirely. And then we're going to not misclick. And then we're going to set up a little ladder right here. And one more of these. And then we're going to put in a little door. Not there. Jesus Christmas. Right here. And we're going to start setting up a little area, a little pin for these guys. Now you might notice I'm doing a little something weird by inlaying the round over here. First off, we got to be a little careful. If we make it too big or too small, it's not going to work. Luckily, we have up to 96 tiles, which I did backwards. It's the dig tool that helps me out. Yeah, this is about 25 tiles, which is over the minimum. It should work. The concept we want to roll with, and I'm actually doing this entirely incorrectly, is I want to make sure that they have plenty of area to hang out in the hydrogen environment, but we want to make sure that the mealwood can still grow, and this stuff can grow only in oxygen. Yeah, it can grow in oxygen, polluted oxygen, or carbon dioxide, and that's it. So we got to be a little bit careful with it. We're going to go ahead and set up some farm tiles in here. Or it should be more than enough for as many glossy Dracos as we have. Then we're going to go ahead and get some non-aerated tiles flowing across the top here. And just to activate, we're going to increase the amount of space because we're going to need to put in 2 buildings. Where are they? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Food. We haven't researched it. That's fine. We're going to research that right now. And it's not agriculture. It's ranching. The shearing station and the grooming station. Both, I believe, 2 tile wide stations that are required for animal handling. And we can do this. Of course, need a rancher as well, but, you know, we get there. We get there. I'm going to go ahead and dig this out. Lamb won't be able to get all up in there, so we better make sure to give him space to work with. There we go. Oh, and we're almost finished here. We just need to finish a little bit more of this ladder. Everything should be set up. We're going to priority 6 these guys so that they finish them first. Priority 6 that 2. And then put this one. Speaking of which, oh, still working away at this. That's okay. Take your time, buddy. That is an awful long route. Poor guy. Come on, we are doing a bit of hydrogen and oxygen mixing over here. If you take a look at our gas overlay, oh my goodness, that's rough. That's real rough. Sorry, I just paused the recording because I had to snort. All right, y'all. But yeah, so we're going to let this go. We're going to set it to priority 4 because it's not super important that it happens immediately. But we do want it to happen sooner rather than later. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and up the priority on the inside of these guys. Simply because I like to get them done a little bit before the other guy, which should happen. Sweet. All right, I'll let you all know when this guy finishes up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're starting off a little pause now, because so everything's been finished, right? And I went ahead and tacked on some vents, and so we are right now removing all of the oxygen and carbon dioxide and all of the gas within here to get a vacuum. That way we'll be able to properly organize and set up that electrolyzer. Now, something I noticed immediately as soon as it started going, and you'll see it here. You ready? The potential load on this wire is really high. And when all of these guys start running, it turns red, which is a problem. It means that we're going to slowly but surely break our wires. So we're not currently using this liquid valve. We're going to need it here in a second. As you can see, we're nearly out of this polluted water. And that's currently been our only water supply across the system. And our only oxygen supply. Something that we're fixing right now. But these guys are blocked because we're a little overpressured, aren't we? Yep. Too much oxygen in there. Not enough everywhere else. And that's okay. Nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and start setting up, as far as power goes, a power transformer. What a power transformer does is quite simple. All it does is it separates the lines. It sounds a bit more crazy than it is, but it'll make it so that it'll act as a buffer. So instead of charging the entire system, we'll charge this guy, which requires less power. And he will go on to charge all of these guys, preventing the sheer amount of load that's going on to this wire. It's still a little bit overboard. It appears the electrolyzer and the gas pumps are about 80 megawatts over what's recommended for this wire. We might end up with some breakage, but honestly, I don't think all these guys are going to be operating super intensely. Now, something I did forget to do here, it's a little bit embarrassing on my part, is I forgot to disable this guy. So we're just going to cut off the power from him. That'll allow it, make it a little bit easier for us to just start emptying out this area so we can get the proper gases where they're supposed to be. I need this one cleared of oxygen, and I need this area cleared of hydrogen. Looks like we got rid of everything else, though. And there's not even that much stuff hidden in here, which is pretty ideal. So as soon as this gets a chance, it'll finish outputting everything. Then since it is just oxygen and hydrogen, once this is sorted, we can go ahead and replace this system with it. Oh, would you look at that? We've got new printables. However, that'll have to wait till next time. I know it's been a little bit of a chaotic session this time around, but we got a little bit of oxygen set up. We've got some ranching in our future, and we are just on the edge of the American dream. Look at all this crude oil. 80 degrees Celsius for my American viewers. That is, let's take a look, see, Pooh. I don't remember the conversions off the top of my head. About 176 degrees Fahrenheit. So you probably don't want to be in there either, now do ya? Luckily, these duplicates are not human, are a bit better than we are. But nevertheless, there's lots to do, and always, it's so much fun. Thanks so much for watching. Love you all, and see you next time. Take care.